Sigurd is a defensive powerhouse that prevents you from making all kinds of mistakes, all of which always end in death. That's a little weird. Greetings and salutations, my name is Deltran, helping you build killing machines so that you can dominate in PvP and special hero maps. If you want help earning all the feathers, orbs, and heroes the game throws at you every week, consider subscribing. Let's get his digits 159 BST on a horsey? Really? Are you kidding me? Power creep is real, which means we have 41 hit points, which is really great for a horse. Not exactly great for overall, but really great for a horse. But don't worry about that, guys. We have 35 attack and 32 speed, which hits a lot of great stuff, and 34 defense. And 17 resistance, which is the dumpster fire we're used to, so that's status quo at least. One real quick note, it looks like he has the highest defense amongst all red horses, but he doesn't. Xander does. But I don't put Grand Hero battle units on these lists if I can help it, because not everybody can just go get them. Not like you could just go get the rest, but, you know, at least the slot machine's there for you. There's no slot machine that's gonna give you Xander right now. Let's take a look at what he swings with Divine Tearfing. Woo! Oh good, it turns dumpster fire into garbage fire with that +3 resistance and receiving 50% less damage from the first magic attack. That's pretty good. So yeah, we just don't have to worry about resistance anymore. Well, that's done. Miracle is on him because it's going to take a miracle to kill him anyway, so let's just go ahead and rub it into our foes' faces. And close defense 3 patches up our already awesome defense so that we make sure that nothing gets through there. And he has a full kit. Crusader's Ward is on him, so whenever a foe is attacking him from range, he gets 80% less on consecutive hits, so Brave Bows, or if he gets attacked standing in the middle of the field by a mage. And Smoke Speed 3 is there to help patch up his abysmal 32 speed. Thank goodness, am I right? Sorry, the sarcasm's a little thick here on this one. Let's take a quick look at the obituaries. Very average all the way across, and not average as in mediocre. Well, B+ isn't phenomenal, but I mean, look at that. It even goes up in the end. This is one of the first units that I have covered since I've started the new rating system that has actually had a good blocker rating. Regardless, there's a lot of people out there that we take care of, a lot of people out there that we don't. Ira is one of the people on that will kill us on initiation. Don't have her pictures, she's not actually out as of recording of this, so I didn't want to be that misleading. Regardless, we're taking care of some really weak looking people here. We don't do a lot of 1-round KOs, but we live so long that eventually we just see everyone fall down around us, so that's pretty much what we're doing here. So Sigurd, not the thing that you smoke, is an interesting character because, as you can see, I'm actually showing his obituaries with the DPT on it next to this video instead of teammates. He goes well with pretty much anybody. There's very few people he doesn't go well with, and it's because they don't necessarily need support. So having said that, how do you use Sigurd? I'm sure all of you have already put him on the field by now. He's a wonderful unit. You don't really need any instruction for him because he's pretty much just a bull. He'll goes wherever you tell him to go, and then he'll go to the next place, then he'll go to the next place. He doesn't die. He just doesn't die. I put him in the PvP arena, had several deathless runs, and it's all because of him. There's several times where I went, oh, I shouldn't be living right now, and he was. I had him down to 1 hit point. I thought it was because of Miracle. No, Brave Lynn came over after he already got beat up and brought him down to 1 hit point. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, why not? He is so enduring that you almost don't even need to have a strategy for him. It's pretty worrying in a way, but if you combine him with people who need to have that time to charge up, those who either get hit or need to just lob a few few hits in order to charge up a special before they could actually kill something, then you can go ahead and do that. In PvP arena, that's not what you're going to be doing. You have a bunch of murderers there that just have a bunch of killing power, and so what you do with him in PvP arena is you use him to buy you time in other places. If you're sitting there like, oh, I mismanaged this because they had a dancer, and then there's a horsey coming this way and a flyer coming this way, and then, you know, just put him there. Put Ziggy Stardust there. Everybody else could just go do their own thing, and they'll go ahead and just take all the hits. Then you can come back and take care of murdering the rest of the team, and it'll be great. IVs are important, but the seals are really gonna be what takes him up to like the S tier level. Once you start equipping the right seal on him, the roof gets blown open, and it's amazing because he already, take a look at that, he already has such a great matchup no matter how you use him. He's not getting any one-hit kills. He has a good high aggression rating there. He's not getting any one-hit kills. A few, not many. But if he stands there, he'll be able to go back and forth, and he'll be able to do it again. Like, to top-tier units, he'll be able to do it again. It's baffling how powerful he is. If you have all the time in the world, it doesn't matter if it's a one-hit kill. And he gives you all the time. He already has a full kit. I don't really have too much to talk about as far as cheap upgrades, but let's go ahead and talk about these two. One that I recommend is Bonfire. I know, you see Pass 3, hold on, that's second. We're talking about Bonfire first, and what Bonfire is going to do for you is leverage his defense and just deal a huge blow. After what he's gonna charge it. He's gonna charge Miracle, guys, let alone charging Bonfire. So go ahead and put that on him. It'll give him a nice little hit of extra damage, and that's a nice easy in and out because you're not always gonna need Miracle. So might as well get some damage out of it. Pass 3. So here's the deal, guys. He's a horse. He can take all that retaliation damage, and as long as you are, even with his garbage resistance, he's taking 50% less damage on that first hit. He already has a good defense. He's going to be able to withstand the damage that goes on, especially if you're going to sneak past a melee unit to go ahead and crush a ranged unit that's back behind there. Sometimes that's all that's needed. You let him have pass. He goes through the enemy front line. He takes out an enemy. He stands there and weathers the storm, waiting for all of his comrades to catch up to him. This works. This is something that you will need to do in Grand Hero battles and in special hero maps. PvP, no. They're clustered up in the wrong way. You're never going to want to sneak through in PvP. So that's one of the reasons why Pass doesn't get a good grade. But when it comes down to it, Pass is wonderful on all the PvE maps. And you're not going to want to mainline this. I mean, yeah, get rid of Crusader's Ward for this full time. No, not at all. But Pass 3 is useful. Consider it. And next time you go to throw somebody away that has it, just go ahead and put at least Pass 1 on your guy so that you don't have to worry about that. So I only have one build for you here. And while it raises all of his scores up above, I do want to put this out here out front. And we're going to take this one slightly slower than normal. The build that he already comes with is quite wonderful. He's not a killing machine, but he ruins many people's killing machine potential. I mean, he can tank Reinhardt. That's amazing. He's a red unit that has a 17 resistance that can tank Reinhardt. Explain that. I mean, don't. I've covered it with you, I know, but it's amazing. So if you're not necessarily looking for a tank, but you're looking for something that's very, very, very sticky for PvP, this is a great option here. Distant counter, quick riposte. I keep speed smoke on there. There's a couple other options you could do. As always, C-slot's a bit configurable for you. Moonbow is there so that we get quick turnaround. And reposition is there so we can have quick turnaround in another fashion. A- for aggressive, B+ for defense there, and it works out rather well. Let me go ahead and talk to you about what's happening here as we go into the obituaries and the DPT. We're at 10-9 and 15-11 on defense. What is happening here is that we are still tanky enough and strong enough with Tierfing that we can leverage this. Now here's the problem. We really need to have, we need to not be a minus speed, first of all. Average speed is okay, horsey buffs are even better, but minus speed, don't do this. Don't do this build. It's not going to work well for you. It's going to whittle down your hit points way too fast, because 41 is not a lot of hit points. It's funny that, if you just had a few more, I'd be like, oh yeah, you're fine. But that's the way it is. That's the way the math falls. Don't do this if you're minus speed. If you're plus attack, though, this is wonderful. This is what you want to do for sure with your guy. Whenever you run it this way, you could go ahead and just destroy so many things. So as we can see here, we're taking out Hector, which is good. We're taking out Brave Lynn. We're taking out Innes. There's the only one that's not, the only Brave Bow Archer in the DPT that's not up there is Leon. There's quite a few people there on initiation that we don't get, but as you see, we do get a few more here on defense. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the defense right now too. So this is what we're doing. Instead of bouncing people by blocking and giving people time, we're actually eliminating people. The thing is that we do pay for that by losing more hit points. This is something that I recommend more for PvP and not for Tempest Trials. While it will definitely work, and hey, if you have a healer or pseudo healer in your team, then this is probably an absolutely wonderful build for you. If you're not going to be investing like that in your team, then this is something that is meant for a one-and-done fight. And it's amazing, it gives you a wide range that you could go after. I mean, take a look at those wins on the obituaries there. A lot of heavy armor, there's a lot going on. You are killing blue mages whenever they attack you. It's ridiculous. Now, of course, Reinhardt all souped up is gonna punk you down, but there's only so much that we could really ask for here. Blue still does give us a problem once they're really souped up and ready to go. Not all blue, but you know, all the blue in the DPT, because these are the best of the best and the most threatening around, except for US. I'm starting to wonder if I should get rid of you. But you do kill our man here, so... oh, what a shame. So just to make it clear, I don't want to beat a dead horse, because the horse just never seems to die. However, this build is going to get you out of a sticky situation once, maybe twice. As I mentioned before, I've been able to use him to get out of all kinds of sticky situations, in PvP even. I've had Miracle Charged, I have run around and I have attacked somebody with him, blocked somebody else with him, and then taken a bowline to the face with him, and he still stood without using Miracle. He is not a miracle, it's just an act of divine intervention. But with this, you're being very forceful, you're being aggressive with your blocking in this particular case. And that's just how it goes whenever you have a distant counter, right? You want to put yourself in a place where you're going to go ahead and bait the enemy and make them pay. So it sort of normalizes his play style for many people, such that it goes back to a style that they're a little more familiar with, but it's not going to last all day. So if you go with this build, it's a huge investment. If you're already sitting here going, well, yeah, this is a lot better, then you know what, go for it. You are going to use it phenomenally well. If you're wondering if it's really worth the investment, and if you're actually hemming and hawing right now, don't do it. Keep your guy the way he is right now, and then just run with it. And hey, do me a favor, if you like your Fire Emblem information hot and fresh like Grandma's cookies, hit that subscribe button. My name is Deltran. Thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate all of you, and until next time.